Hi Taurus, welcome to Hiyoka Tales Tarot, and this is your energy reading for 13th and 14th February 2021. 13 to 14 February. So let's see what is the message from the higher realms for you this period of time, Taurus. Let's see. So the first card is keeping up, immense effort, and advance. That's the message for this. Sorry, the camera is a bit low. Yeah, let me put it down. So keeping up, immense effort, and advancing. I want you to see the card. Sorry, just give me a minute. Be patient with me. So yes, keeping up. So you have been putting in the effort, Taurus. You have been doing it for quite some time, right? Whatever that you're working on at the moment. Time is of the essence, and you are not wasting any more time. You are advancing. You are putting in the effort, and you are turning your plans into reality. You are actually executing, right, Taurus? So keeping up, immense effort, and advancing. Let's see how else the higher realms wants to elaborate on this. Keeping up, immense efforts, and advancing for you, Taurus. Come to the edge. So the higher realms are inviting you to really push yourself. All right, it's time to push yourself. That's more like it. So it's time to make the effort, time to execute the effort. All right, time to move on to the next phase, Taurus. And observer. So really embrace the energy of being an observer to understand how things around you work. So focus on yourself. I think that's the message right here from the higher realms. Focus on yourself, and also be brave, but in your own endeavors. Focus on yourself, put your focus and your effort into your own projects. Don't react to your surroundings, because this observer is about understanding your culture, understanding how things work around you, you know, instead of trying to what do you call that? To change things, trying to react to things by, you know, wasting time on others, like trying to change your externals. The higher realms are really calling you to bring your energy inwards and focus on your projects, on your passions, because it's time. Yeah, it's not a pressure, but you do have the right of passage to proceed, Taurus, because you have been putting in the work. You've been keeping up. You've been stabilizing your energy. You have been creating a firm foundation for yourself. So now it's time for you to proceed with your project, go forward, and just become the observer of your surroundings, all right? So let's start. Where you are right now, you are at 9 of Pentacles. Look how gorgeous this card is. So 9 of Pentacles is about being really grounded in your surroundings, grounded in your physical world, right? And it is also about solo pleasures. So again, back to this keeping up. It's really about you focusing on yourself, putting the focus on yourself, Taurus, okay? Also, while you are, you know, being in a solo energy, That's where the observer is here. You don't need to make a drama out of things, of what you observe. Just observe and take note. So let's see, what's your challenge? Your challenge is the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is about new understanding, a new emotion, right? So maybe you're feeling a bit stuck here, Taurus, like you observe your external world to be a bit maybe stuck, unwilling to move. So it's hard for you to gain a new perspective, right? But let's see, what's the root cause. The root cause of your inability to have a new understanding or a new emotion or a new perspective actually is the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is about it's describing feelings of being left out in the cold, being really in a lack mindset, where it's not a bad thing, yeah. It's just that your brain, your mind is more in tune to see the things that you don't have instead of the things that you have. That's it. There's no judgment there. Lack mentality, it's describing the scenario, the situation where your brain picks up lack. Your brain is very good at noticing what you don't have and ignoring whatever you have. All right. So because of this focus of your brain, all right, your mind, the focus of your mind is making you not, maybe you can't see, you cannot appreciate the achievements that you have already gained, because keeping up immense effort and advance. I think you are experiencing this at the moment, Taurus, but you find it difficult to have a new, like a solid, firm foundation, a solid understanding, or a new perspective, a solid perspective, because of your lack mentality. In the recent past, you have experienced some peacefulness. Temperance, right? Temperance is about moderation. Temperance is about serenity, like accepting things that you can change and having the courage to change the things you can. All right, it's about having wisdom. Okay, quiet wisdom. That's what temperance is all about, and it's here related to the observer. All right, the temperance. So that's why you are here. Nine of Pentacles. You do know what is what, right, Taurus? But to ground this perspective, this whatever new perspective you have gained in your life, it's time. All right, it's time to do that right now, because it's time for you to advance to the next level with your project, with your passion project. It's time to come to the edge and move forward. What does the higher realms want for you? Seven of Wands. The higher realms want you to stand your ground, to be brave, to be resilient. All right. Seven of Wands is about defending your beliefs, right? Being grounded, because you are very as we mentioned, you have been or you're trying to build a firm foundation, but the challenge is to ground this new perspective. All right, so the higher realms want you to stand your ground, come to the edge. All right, because in the near future there will be a need for you to be self-sufficient. The Queen of Swords is somebody who doesn't take, people like to put it like Queen of Swords is the person who doesn't take bullshit, right? That's true. But there is a need for you in the near future to be self-sufficient. And for me, the Queen of Swords is an energy that does not hold anybody hostage. Like, what I mean to say is, the Queen of Swords does not blame anything outside of her. She is self-sufficient, right? So she always turn inwards, and she always have a higher perspective, because she is the Queen of Swords and she does not hold anybody hostage. All right, and the bottom of the deck, Princess of Wands. This is the Page of Wands, free-spirited and active and has passion. So this is, besides being the Queen of Swords, self-sufficient, you are also passionate and moving forward, like very excited to move forward, right? So come to the edge. That's what the higher realms want for you. Come to the edge, stand your ground right here, despite this feeling, the Five of Cups, the lack mentality. You know how to change your mind, to change the focus of your brains from, you know, recognizing lack all the time instead of looking at whatever you have. It takes practice. It takes some gratitude exercises. I know it sounds cliche, but really it's about, you know, those activities where people say, you know, when you wake up in the morning, take out your notepad and write down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for. I know it sounds annoying and irritating, like, come on, give me something else. But really, life is not that difficult. Our brains are very smart, alright? It's a thinking machine. So you need to teach your brain how to think. So now, if with the gratitude exercise, you're actually telling your brain like, okay, I want to learn how to see what I have. I'm very good at finding what I don't have. Now, let's balance this skill out by, you know, trying to find gratitude in your life. All right, let's see how else the higher realms wants to elaborate on this. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. All right, and it goes right here. So there's no pressure from the higher realms really, but you keeping up. You have been putting in the work. It's just that they're highlighting to you your challenge right now, Taurus, which is to ground this higher understanding, this higher perspective, to actually be grounded in it. But it's hard because of this lack mentality, which that's why the higher realms are telling you deep replenishment, a retreat, rest, and be held. Feel supported, all right? It would help you to gain courage and stand your ground, for you to be self-sufficient. That's what the higher realms want for you, deep replenishment. So make sure you're always putting in self-care. Taurus, self-care is not a luxury. I think I heard that somewhere. Self-care is not a luxury, it's not an option, it's actually a necessity. Alright, and the next card is Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Alright, it goes here, right next to observer and below temperance and 9 of Pentacles. So beauty and devotion, try to observe that in your surrounding. What is beautiful around you? Okay, what do you love? Ground yourself in this physical world in a beautiful way, Taurus. Okay, so if you become the observer, you don't judge, you only notice. You will become the mystic, the teacher. You will gain higher perspective all the time, Taurus. Okay, so that's a great thing to happen. So keep on observing, be peaceful inside, be quiet, because you know the way you have been putting in, you've been keeping up, right? And it's just that to ground this understanding, right? That's why stand your ground. As you practice, you know, keep on grounding. And yeah, here it comes, beauty. Okay, so see the beauty of your new perspective, Taurus. See the beauty in having higher perspective. Okay, I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. The mystic, right? Everybody is gifted with this gift of mysticism. It's just that nobody wants to put in the work, right? Taurus, you know that. You have put in the work to create stability, a firm foundation, right? Number 4 is about foundations, hard work. Okay, so see the beauty. Okay, immense effort. You are called to advance at the moment by grounding this new higher perspective that you have, Taurus, by again having a bigger perspective of beauty, peacefulness. Okay, so let's see, you know, because this is a Valentine's weekend tomorrow, right? So I'm just gonna pull 2 cards from the, you know, what is it called, the Romance Angels card. I'm not very familiar with this deck, but let's see what the higher realms has to say to you, you know, just to be grounded, just to be part of the 3D world, right? Where everybody's celebrating Valentine's Day. It's about love. And we know, Taurus, love is very internal, but romance is still part and parcel of being human. So let's see what the higher realms wants to share with you for this romantic, what do you call that? Valentine's Day. All right, let's see. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. So make the effort, Taurus. If you have anything you want to do, anybody you want to approach, okay, go ahead. But also, in this reading, is about having higher perspective, right? About having a new emotion right here. So great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. Make the effort to advance. Make the effort to acquire this higher perspective. And you know, oops, I can't take this card. With this visual of children, this really, you know, maybe goes back to your childhood. So it's about family, it's about parents. Okay, any effort, put the effort to the ones you love, who mean something to you. But always, right, beauty comes first. Beauty and self-love, right? So if you decide anything from self-love, you will always be right, Taurus. So let's see. What's the other card from the Romance Angels deck for dear Taurus? Separation. Ooh. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Okay, wow. So from here, you have to see the beauty in everything, Taurus. Always the higher perspective, okay? Because 9 of Pentacles is also about a solo project, right? Being solo leisures, solo experiences. So, yeah, this love reading somehow just, yeah, it just goes back into focusing on yourself, Taurus. Okay, so not the most romantic what do you call that, card for a Valentine's reading, but yeah. So let us have the final card, the last card for us to draw, that has some journal prompts for us, for you, Taurus, for us to consider this weekend. So let's see what is the final message for Taurus who is challenged to have higher perspective, to be focusing more on gratitude, and to release limited beliefs and limited the lack mentality, right? By embracing beauty. and there is a need for you to be self-sufficient in the near future. So it's important that you stand your ground, come to the edge, keep on progressing, Taurus, okay? Slowly but surely. So again, beauty and devotion. Train your mind to spot beauty in your everyday life. Beauty doesn't mean like a beautiful woman or anything like that, you know. It's about appreciating things as they are, okay? You see things as they are. Alright, so the final card for you, Taurus, is a position, which brings balance. Alright, so it's about balancing things, right? So the power words here are relates, mirrors, interacts, confronts, makes conscious, manifests, discipline, conflicts with, tests, objectifies, calls out. All right, so this is really the observer energy, right? That you relate, that you mirror, and you interact with your surroundings. Let's see what short passage we have for a position, balance. For you this weekend, this Valentine's weekend. Let me find it. Balance. All right, I found it. Let's have a look. Okay, give me a minute. Thank you for being patient with me. And here it is. When the opposition card arrives, it's a moment to check in with yourself about any excess or extremes operating in your life right now. Start to explore what balance actually looks like for you in all its dynamic potential. What areas of your life needs more love, Taurus? And where might you be giving away or projecting parts of yourself in relationship? All right. Does your angry boss represent a part of your own rage that needs to be channeled? Can the admiration you feel for your partner's ways of being be turned back on yourself as you reclaim your own lovability? This card is an invitation to dance and romance your own contradictions. Right? So yeah, it's about being the observer. It's like, yeah, grounding. It's time to ground this understanding, Taurus. I know it's difficult to have higher perspective all the time, but if you hold on to beauty and stand your ground, be stable in your emotions, you will be just fine. Put in the effort, to take steps you're guided to take to protect anything you find worthwhile. I think this is about your passion project. All right, although I tried to have a bit of a romantic reading here, it doesn't work though. The higher realms will tell you what they want, all right, and they're keeping to the topic right here. Keep on putting in the effort to ground your passion project or whatever it is you're doing. And separation, time apart from your partner, is on the horizon. So I think it's about separating your codependency for those who are in a relationship at the moment. All right, you need to be your own person. That's really important. Okay, how your partner feels is how he or she feels. How you feel is how you feel. All right, Taurus, there's no enmeshment. So if you're not familiar with enmeshment, 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 yeah, learn into that, because doesn't mean separation, it's breaking up. Sometimes it's separation in codependency. So try to find out, all right? Because here, let's go back, okay, to your passage right here, because the journal prompt here is to write a love letter to your enemy and use it to connect with challenging parts of yourself. So anybody you find difficult at the moment, write a letter, love letter to your enemy, and use it to connect with challenging parts of yourself. So that's the reading today, Taurus. And from the journal, try to write. Like if, for example, I'll try to give my example. Let's say if I have to write this love letter to the enemy, sometimes I do view my mother as my enemy, like she pisses me off. But I've done this exercise before, and at the end, I find my mother very annoying. That she's very impatient about things. I find her annoying, full stop, right? And then when I realize what's annoying about her, when I observe, right? When I realize what's annoying about her is that she's very, very impatient. Like, she's always making things, become ugly. The situation becomes stressful because she just cannot, once you're having like a nice tea time with her, once she's finished with her tea, she will start picking up all the plates on the table, and while you're still eating, while you or your other siblings are still eating, and she stresses out for no bloody reason. Yeah, so when I look at her impatient, like first I said she's annoying, but when I write a letter to her, I want to say like, I can't stand the way you unable to be in the moment, enjoy the time with the family. But if you reflect back on when I reflect back that understanding on myself, I am also very impatient. Just because she behaves like that, I allow her to screw up the whole environment, right? So now, if like from then on, when I put in this practice and when I was aware of that, the way I observe her, like she's just like I'm not interested in trying to change her, so I change myself. So when she does that all the time without fail, in many different situations, but she always end up trying to pick up the plates and whatever not to clear the table before things really end. Now when she does it, I try to just like give whatever she wants to take away from the table, and I just continue talking to my sister, talking to my brother, and let her do whatever she needs to do to fulfill her own desires. So yeah, so because I hold on to the beauty of my time with my siblings and even my time with my mother. I don't let her screw it up for me. I notice it, yes, so I try to I go much less to see my mother now, but I still do see her, and I always practice holding higher perspective, and it gets better as time goes. Alright, so that's your reading for today, Taurus. Thank you, Higher Realms, for this guidance for this weekend, and thank you for listening. Take care. Bye.